Hello guys, Robert here. Welcome back to another video. And this time I'm gonna be doing a vlog review. And what is this vlog review gonna be? Because since my freaking laptop, since my sister has my laptop charger, and more likely, it's gonna be dead by the time I freaking get done with the review, and I won't be able to upload and edit that shit. I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do it on my phone, and I think this would be pretty fun to do. So, what game are we gonna be talking about today, huh? Well, shit, where's my PS4 controller? Oh, here it is. We're gonna be talking about this. Shadow of Morder. Shadow of Morder. Yep. I think vlog reviews would be pretty fun to do, but I don't know. So, Shadow of Morder. What are my personal thoughts on it? I fucking love it. I really do love it. I think it's a game I kind of didn't really expect to really, like all that much. So I thought it was going to be like how I was going to feel with Assassin's Creed. Like every time I play a new Assassin's Creed game, I end up freaking killing a bunch of people without giving two shits about the story. In Shadow of Morder, it's different. But I really shouldn't say that about Assassin's Creed, because that's how previous installments that I played have kind of been for me. Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed Unity, and Assassin's Creed 4. Yes, even Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, yeah. But the only one that I'm kind of interested in is this other one. Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry. Now, it is part of Assassin's Creed 4, so maybe, like, after this, I can go back and do Assassin's Creed 4 again. Hey, I would have no problem with that. But hey, thing is, what I love about Shadow of Morder, I freaking love it. I really do. The combat system, the story, the gameplay itself, like in the Nemesis system. I can talk about this game for like a bit. And let's go ahead and do that. So, what's the story all about? Because let's start off like this. The story is follows this ranger named Talion. I think that's how you spell his name. Sorry, it's been a bit to actually beat the game. I've been kind of planning on doing a review, but school. But Italian, him and his family gets murdered. I mean, like, all three of them gets murdered by the Dark Lord, Sauron, and his army of orcs. Now, but he is actually brought back by this wraith, who has a history with the Dark Lord himself. And now you're out for vengeance while finding out a bit more on the Wraith and why is he really with you and what's going on. Because the Wraith himself does not remember his past. So you're kind of interested in the story, at least for like the Wraith part. Because the vengeance revenge story has been done so many times in movies, games, and anime and stuff. All types of literature. But you're kind of interested about the past of this Wraith. Like, why is he here? And you do find out about who he really is pretty early in the game. Or at least, like, somewhat halfway through, like 25% of the game. Because the amount of missions there are 20 missions, 20 main missions. Which really isn't long. But the thing is, it's optional for you to do like other side quests, like pick up these artifacts, or kill all these freaking captains, and much later the war chiefs, and free these outcasts, like all that good stuff. Like Shadow of Mordor, I was addicted to this game for the longest time. Reason why is because it's the same thing that happened with me with Assassin's Creed. I enjoyed killing the shit out of every orc captain, Uru captain I can find, and it was addicting. Cause I want to kill all. I felt like I was actually making a difference by killing these fuckers, and killing every other one I find, like taking out like garrisons of them, freaking squads, a freaking platoon, like I felt like I was actually making a difference by killing these fuckers, especially the war chiefs. It was like, wow, like holy shit. And that is kind of how I felt with the gameplay. The gameplay is like your hack and slasher with Assassin's Creed type style to it. Because some missions, you have to go to a stealthy route. But some other missions, you might as well just go. But some missions, both of them are optional. You can just go freaking Game of Thrones, all out war type shit on these guys. So yeah. And shit. The combat is amazing. You also get the powers from this raid to stun your opponents, being able to make their heads explode. Pretty kick-ass abilities. And there is an upgrade system where you can, which very early on, which I know everybody chose, is the executions, which the executions themselves are fucking badass. Like some may get old, but some still but a lot of the times when you use those executions, they somewhat still give you that feel of satisfy. They satisfy you almost every time you use executions. Pretty kick ass, I'm not gonna lie. But with our other abilities, using your arrows to if you shoot arrows at fires, they'll actually explode right in front of your enemies, which is pretty neat. Now, I don't remember every single one, and thank God, because I would have probably spoiled a bit of the abilities, because I feel like y'all should go and look for at them yourselves. Now, there are things where, thing is, every time you kill a captain or a warlord or something, they actually drop this rune. Every time you kill one of these guys, they drop runes. And I cannot believe how many different types of runes I keep finding. It's endless amounts of other runes. Some runes have this adds a bit more percentage to your defense or to your attacks or your certain type of attacks, or with your sword, or some with your dagger, which is pretty interesting itself. How much more damage does it do? And even with your arrow, how much, and the thing is, you have to use your upgrade thing to actually add more to it, which makes you feel like more of a badass. Pretty intense rune system, and I hope they add more to that. And Shadow of War coming out this fall. And what's new? The story itself, though. Again, the whole Wraith backstory, which is explained throughout the entire game, it's very interesting. You're kind of pulled in to wonder who is this guy. Now, the thing is, Shadow of Mordor is actually a Lord of the Rings spin-off type. There is a character that makes a cameo a few times, and he's kind of a bit important somewhat in the game, uncovering the Wraith's backstory. And the thing is, I really personally really love this story. I personally really do like this story. I was pretty interested. I really wanted to learn more about this Wraith. I really wanted to see how will Talion get his revenge. The thing is, he actually cares for other, he obviously tries, I don't know, shit, I'm trying to explain Talion, because he is the type of guy that wants vengeance, but he's still somebody that actually still cares. very late in the game, he does show care for another character, and he doesn't want like I forgot what his reasoning was, but it still showed that he still cared for people, and he isn't like the guy that just wants vengeance and that's it. He'll do whatever it takes to get it. He still cares, and he's like a great character. Like my personal opinion, he does take advice from the Wraith himself. Like they do have pretty interesting calm conversations, and even and even when Talion's about to do something, the Wraith like stops him, and Talion actually does understand a bit more as the game progresses. You know, you do see some of that within his character development. And now, I do like Talion, but I feel like the greatest character in this entire game was definitely the Wraith himself. He's just so interesting. You're kind of wanting to know more about his backstory. And once you do know more about his backstory, you're kind of wondering what really happened to him. And he's always, and whenever Talion's about to do something rash, the Wraith stops him. And I do think it, and like I said, later on down the road, Talion kind of does understand a bit more like why he should really do this, somewhat, which is what I do, which is another thing why I really like the story is